Are you prepared to accomplish more in a month than most people do in a year? Doesn't that sound impossible? However, I am here to inform you that it isn't. In actuality, working smarter is more important for achieving more than working longer hours or exerting oneself to the limit. It's about realizing the productivity misconceptions that are holding you back and swapping them out for tactics that will enable you to achieve the outcomes you truly desire. Let's explore it. The myth of constant productivity. More isn't always better. For many years, it was widely accepted in the realm of success that constant productivity was necessary. The sayings, "work while others sleep," and "you're only going to succeed if you're hustling 16 hours a day," are surely familiar to you. Many individuals, including myself, were influenced by this way of thinking to imagine that success would come from working tirelessly. The issue, though, is that working non-stop without breaks might cause burnout. This lesson came to me the hard way. I worked 16 hours a day, non-stop, in my early 20s because I felt bad if I wasn't working every second. My physical and mental well-being quickly suffered as a result. I experienced a panic attack one day. I came to see that no matter how hard I worked, I was putting my health at risk. The idea that success is correlated with production is a misconception. The truth is that what counts is concentrating on the appropriate things appropriately. Focus on what matters. Less is more. Focus is the key to working smarter, not harder. Concentrate on the one item that matters most, rather than attempting to complete 20 projects at once. Consider the world's largest corporations. They didn't succeed by doing everything. Apple didn't create a wide range of items to make billions of dollars. They just paid attention to the iPhone. Google prioritized search. The same holds for your objectives. What is the one thing that, if completed, would render all other jobs meaningless? That is the question you must ask yourself. You'll make great strides if you concentrate on just one item this month. Determining your one thing will make everything else fall into place, even though it may seem difficult at first, especially when there are many distractions around. The willpower myth. You don't have unlimited energy. We've all been told that anything is possible if you have the willpower to do it. The fact is, however, that willpower is a limited resource. Your energy is not limitless. Your capacity to concentrate, make wise decisions, and provide your best effort all suffer when you're exhausted or overburdened. Have you ever seen, for instance, that people frequently stray from their diets in the middle of the night, even though you've been doing well all day? Temptation is difficult to reject when your willpower is weakest. This is why it's so crucial to manage your energy as well as your time. Finding your golden hours, or the times of day when you're most alert and concentrated, is the greatest approach to achieving that. For some, it may be late at night, but for many, it is the early dawn. Working during these busy times will allow you to accomplish more tasks in less time. But you also need to be aware of your siesta hours, or when you're feeling lethargic and need to take a break or work on simpler projects. Being gentle to yourself when you need to refuel is a huge part of reaching your full potential. The power of the 80-20 rule. Less work, more results. The Pareto principle, sometimes known as the 80-20 rule, is one of the most effective productivity concepts. The concept is straightforward. 80% of your results will come from 20% of your efforts. Almost everything in life is governed by this principle. 20% of the roads handle 80% of the traffic. 20% of your clothing receives 80% of the wear. And 20% of the things on your to-do list are the most important. Most productivity advice has the flaw of pushing you to complete every activity on your to-do list, even the minor, unimportant ones. However, doing so only makes you feel occupied rather than effective. The answer is to create a success list rather than a conventional to-do list. Examine all of your tasks and choose the 20% that will help you reach your primary objective. Mark off anything else that isn't necessary. You'll be able to concentrate exclusively on the important things. The myth of multitasking. Focus, don't juggle. Trying to balance several things at once is something we've all experienced. Perhaps you're working on a report while texting a pal, or responding to emails during a meeting. However, the reality is that multitasking is ineffective. In reality, your brain is incapable of multitasking. Instead, it rapidly transitions between tasks, slowing you down and decreasing your productivity. According to research, people are stopped at work every 11 minutes, and it might take up to 25 minutes to return to a state of flow. You're squandering valuable time and energy if you're continually switching between projects. What should you do in its place then? Do your work in batches. Only concentrate on one task at a time, and set aside time blocks for particular activities. For instance, set up Tuesdays for writing, Mondays for video production, and Wednesdays for administrative or meeting tasks. This enables you to get into a state of flow, where you can focus and work more efficiently. Time blocking, the secret to deep focus. Another game changer for productivity is time blocking. Set up specified time slots to concentrate on your most crucial work, rather than allowing interruptions and diversions to control your day. Whether you're writing, working on a project, or making decisions, these blocks should be unbroken times when you give your full attention to one activity. A straightforward time-blocking technique is to split your day up into 3 to 4 concentrated blocks, each lasting 1 to 2 hours. You may schedule deep work from 9 to 11 a.m., for instance, and then take a break before using the afternoon for meetings or administrative duties. In this manner, you can maximize your time and energy. Habit building, consistency over perfection. Many people lose up on forming new habits too quickly, contrary to the popular belief that it takes 21 days to create a habit. Research indicates that most people need closer to 66 days. This implies that it may take longer than you anticipate to develop a new habit, such as speeding up earlier, working out frequently, or concentrating on one thing each day. Don't give up, though. Consistency, not perfection, is the secret to success. Make tiny, doable adjustments each day, and eventually, such adjustments will come naturally. Although it may be difficult at first, keep in mind that you are merely laying the groundwork for long-term success, not failure. Achieve more in 1 month than most people do in a year. How, therefore, can you accomplish more in a month than the majority of people do in a year? It all boils down to working smarter, not harder, regulating your energy, and concentrating on the correct things. Focus on your one most critical aim, rather than trying to complete everything at once. Don't squander time multitasking. Instead, use the 80-20 approach to determine which jobs are truly important. Set aside time in your day to reduce interruptions, and keep in mind that developing new habits takes time, so practice patience. If you follow these guidelines regularly, you'll not only do more in a month than most people do in a year, but you'll also do it more happily and with less stress. Live intentionally instead of settling for busy. The time has come to act. Together, let's make this the most productive month ever. Ready to achieve more in less time. Subscribe now for weekly tips and strategies that will help you unlock your full potential and make every month count.